Koliko si ima kilo, Dinko?
Sad, to je.
Pričam 90 boda.
Pa gle, ako vina i ovi... Ti sa 200.
Mislim da je.
Kaj vi niste ništa imali kilo? Ha?
Ne.
Those 16 to just kind of say, or I mean, even for us as casters and analysts, you do kind of wipe that one out. It is kind of like an aberration. It is one of those things that like the one-off games that aren't going to happen very frequently. So I certainly know that MIBR is going to be much better on this than they showed in that game.
So the bad news. Simple and electronic might be the best duo in the world right now. Yeah. Yes. Good news, MIBR were really starting to warm up in the stage of that. Like a lot of their players were coming online. You see Fallen hitting great shots, actually out-orping Simple at times, creeping into some of those shots. So there's something to work with here on Dust 2. It's going to be coming up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Navi starting on the CT side, MIBR on the T side. And we're absolutely ready here. The first semi-final at the Face It London Major. And Fur is just peeking it out while the rest are rushing. Can we be so lucky? No, they're going to be slowing it down. I was so into that, Moses. A good old B rush on Dust 2.
Ready for the rush. It would have been beautiful. And actually, all 5 players are going to be on this side of the map, and it feels like they want to go into it. Molotov to force Electronic out of the back. They're waiting to hear. They're counting the bullets, and I think now they're going to be creeping in. Molotov, he moved out of position for a potential nade stack. Here come the Molotovs. Electronic has moved over. They're going to think someone's back platform. He's got the first kill. He's holding the line, and oh, look at the retake already. They're coming in. Zeus and Flamey aren't waiting for anything. And it's just Fernie somehow found a couple, but 13
Šta si rekao, čista dvojka na Gorić?
You cannot be feeling comfortable. Bomb plant might be the best he can hope for.
Man, they were all ready for that one day. He's not going to go for the bomb plant. He wants the clutch instead. He's going to peek it. He actually shot on Edward. But does he realize Simple is right around the corner? He's going to get peeked, and Simple will take him down. There's a good shot, and ultimately, Electronic, if he had been caught in those flames, it could have been very different, but smart move from him.
Yeah, great adjustment. They were ready. They had a plan for any B hit that was coming in. The fact that he's able to get that first kill is huge. There's the window for Zeus to be coming through the smoke. Flamey there as well, and just awkward diving. Even Simple even rotating out of those B holes when he gets the kill on the flank. You could see Fur was considering it. But a lack of plant means they cannot really buy in that third round. They've got to go for investment here. 2 scouts.
Koliko je timova u tome?
And it's dangerous on this map. You give those scouts the early fight.
$200 bok
just tag someone with a body. It makes it easier for the Deagles to do so much more work. So, want to be careful about that. They do peek it. Just not even afraid. He crouched right into the scope and somehow came out alive.
Right underneath the bullet.
18 timova.
Very close to ending his round early. We see this so frequently. This battle for long is going to be so important.
To će ono ležat.
In this matchup for MIBR to be able to establish that success early on. We saw them unable to do that.
Šan, mislite to igrati ili ne?
Vidio sam da su vodili 3-0 sad. Nisam vidio. Vidio sam kako si ovaj metno je. Što je bilo? Ujeben. Evo ga da iz priput. A bok te ne. To da ti ne uđe pa ne znam.
Znači ovi VSP bi mogli vinati, da?
Koji?
Čega?
Ovoga za Migi.
VSP, šta su ostali živi?
Da.
A da.
Alone on the bomb site, Flamey, although up a dark, still Edward is going to be there. And that's
koliko je drugo mjesto,
in 7 seconds. There should be no way through at all. So good hold here for Navi, only losing Simple. They were good at doing this as well on overpass. One of the scary things that they haven't always been able to do, but they kept it pretty clean in some of the rounds that they had the early advantage in.
Yeah, those second and third rounds in the first half overpass were much dangerous. Three kills from MIBR in each one of those. This time, nothing goes their way. Scouts not doing the work that they really wanted to. So Na'Vi off to a good start. This is now all 3 pistols and all 3 second rounds that Na'Vi's been able to win in this series. Not boding well. That's a pretty scary stat as well for MIBR.
Ko je ovo bog, da ne da igraju ni Gexi, ti ovi
Knop's
igraju.
left on the other side and with no
Yeah.
armor, shouldn't be much resistance at this point. So this is all sort of par for the course. He does get that shot on throw, doesn't he? Of course he does.
Zato mi tak
Just a
neko
monster.
realno.
Even Zeus not going to get caught off guard. The reload comes in. Tarek's not able to punish. Pretty standard 3 rounds for Na'Vi.
Huh?
MIBR going to be picking up the rifles now. Fallen's going to have that AWP with some armor. And AK is next to it with plenty of utility. Desk mentioned they need to get off to a good start. Here's where it begins. See how much of that.
Najveću dobi, ali rađe bi da mi Boro dobi.
He wants the utility, so maybe a little bit more of a passive style of optic from him, at least in this round before he has the armor, before he's able to take some shots or some nades. No one peeking close up. 4 players at long for Na'Vi. There's the emphasis they're putting on that portion of the map.
Incredible risk in case it was a,
Kaj se događa? Pogledajte s Freezy stream.
put you in the bomb site.
Ja gledam Sansa, gledam se sa brodom sa neki.
It's almost worth it.
Znači na Freezy streamu se voze svi s autima okolo.
But then you really don't want
15 auta se voze u krug.
Maybe it prompts MIBR to stay away from long, so calculated gamble, and obviously neither team really benefit from it.
Imaju samo što aute i bombe.
Everyone's thinking the same because we came in the only open area. Everyone's already
Ja bi
here.
to
You know?
igrao.
They know what's up. There's a dude standing still on a scooter. Okay, even.
Yeah, they're trying to throw some grenades, like, you know, going to second stage and throw grenades. If I would be that Ronnie guy, I would have run that guy over.
No.
You can just go ahead and run people out of their scooters. So he doesn't do that. I don't know why he doesn't do that.
He's throwing. They're trying to do it with the back seat. Okay. Oh, he threw a nade. Okay.
Koji kurac to dobi?
People standing still. They're throwing nades. Yeah.
Ja igramo turnir, sad još jedan kasnije.
No, yeah.
Net 80, 15 ili nešto.
Driving circles. Somewhere on the hill.
Just drive behind it then, but like, for now, just drive here. Until, like, the first massacre is gone.
Ko je spored nje?
Čekaj, to ćemo mi igrat isto ili
Down
što?
there, on the bridge. You wanna try to run someone over on the bridge? In
Sve
the
je
smoke?
slavo.
Yeah, there's people on the bridge. One guy knocked on the bridge. 2 guys in the smoke towards the bridge.
Ko pička vatri.
They're running right now. Nice. Let's go out. Let's go. Oh, there's a guy here.
Joj.
On me. He's running.
Gdje zabrite ga penom, upali.
Jesu ste...
Oh, you knocked him!
A sve to su kvalifikacije za ovaj.
Da!
Like one shot off.
A nisam, Bog te.
Where's the guy that got knocked?
Šta nisu?
Nisam, Bog.
Jesu!
Jesu jebote, ovo je Sansa. Pa ja mislio to je samo Sansa radi s ovim.
Ja sam vidio da se spalo da je.
We gotta get
Pa
him.
ga je radio,
Through the other
svaka
side or
to.
something.
Šta ja znam?
Nice. Yeah. Oh no,
What
there's
the
people in the
fuck,
rocks
yo?
here. They're actually nading. You just gotta drive fast and be lucky.
Ovo je gore kaj stoji na ovom
Just drive in
kamenu,
the
nemaš
middle.
muniš.
Just drive in the middle.
O majko ti jebe.
Koji kraljev jebate be?
Kako dobro je.
Ubi Sansa.
Don't go in the houses there. Just stay here in the middle. Okay.
Koja pička
Jebe na
vatri?
ovima na motori, ovaj što je na bagu, taj će ostati bez goriva.
They're throwing so much stuff, man.
Gledaš ima ovaj S3, bok te, s tim se ne možeš vozit, jebem ti.
You did? Wow.
Ovo će biti tak dobro dok se bude zadnja zona sklapala, Jedan ne dobija 10 tori.
Scooter or running? There's people in boats still? Oh my god.
Moramo vjerovat ovog tema, ne?
One guy went in the back of a truck.
Izašla mi je šifra, na sajt.
Oh my god, this guy.
Slot 8 smo.
A?
Slot 8 smo.
Šta to?
Za GLL.
GLL?
Da, grupa je.
Šta sad igram?
Da, sad u sam.
Password mi daj, sad je si.
Na GLL, a?
Really hard to tell what's going on.
Ja hoću ovo vidjeti do kraja, ne igram.
Ovo ću game, samo šta.
Don't want to waste nades, even if you get a nade off. Oh, someone's in the blue, running.
Ajmo, Freezy!
Nice.
No be.
Kak se ovo smijelo?
Koja su grupa? Ja?
Da.
Da, jedan.
He's literally...
Ali na GLL, ali moramo igrati na onim accountima.
Ma ne,
At some point, we're all gonna have to get out. What's gonna happen then?
Glo, Isus te.
But everyone else has nades. What? No, just still one guy, at least.
Zakaj se to stavili?
Pa da bude zanimljivije gledat.
baš je zanimljivo.
Po meni je baš zanimljivo.
Evo ga! Joj, hajde!
Drž ga! Tu ovo je neki sa penom ovim.
Ovaj ga digo na zadnji, gledaj.
Baci mi to ne ide u sredinu, bok.
A ne smije stat, kužiš. Neko se sjevo, Horseman ga ubio. Pa gledaj ga Horseman, a Horseman stoji na onom.
Vidio sam, da.
I sam baca.
Gle ovo, majke.
Sjeo na drugom mjestu i baca ne ide ove.
This is getting ugly, dude. Can we get on this middle rock? Sweet. Can we get out on this middle rock? What do you think? I'm out already. Oh. Okay.
Ne ide ga.
To je opas s motora.
Ajde. Tri da je ubija s ovim, gledaj. Jesi glup, prije znači. Bravo. Timac. Gledaj kako će kill.
Yeah, but he's gonna...
Koga ne smije zbog sad?
Ma smije, bok, ali neće sić dolje da ga nekada pregasi.
A neće ga vidjet, neko im reći.
A, hoće kurac ići. Pa bacimo ne što.
Daj, ja bi tu toliko ne ide, bog. What the fuck, sad ćemo ga neki.
Oh no.
Vena ga je. Ololololo.
Gaga, flash.
Idem ja jest.
Pa ali igramo.
Vehicle exploded. Oh my god.
Ubio ga.
You're low. You're right in the zone. Nice. You got two? What?
I got 6 kills, you got 3! What the fuck?
Treći smo, Isuse Bože.
0, I think.
Ti
Maybe
VSP
1.
prvi neki legend.
O, materi, jebe me.
VSP bio prvi, da.
Čekaj, ali treći opet ništa ne bilo.
Da.
A dobro, 7 pola.
I got 0 kills. Mine got stolen, of course. Oh man.
Lol.
Idem to gledat do kraja, ovo je brdo.
Thanks, Moses.
This is not going well. Not going well at all, and yeah, simple.
Da, kako će završi? Je, brat, kaj se...
Gledajte na ovom, na PUBG, gledaj ovo.
Starta je.
Samo...
On je timao, what the fuck?
Dobro, bolje to nek da bude 17.
Kako dobro gledao? Ko je napravio lik?
Devet kilova su imali go.
Meni ovo uopće ne izgleda kao da je to teško vino, to je.
Koja nam je taktika, dečki?
I VSP baš vino. Pa ćemo onda tako.
Gdje ćemo skakat, nije? Tu. Dečki. Halo? A, bože.
I koja nam je taktika?
Pa ne znam, nikog nema, to je dobro.
Koliki ti je tu? Doći. Nek nema nijednog i drugog.
A ne.
Kudu idemo?
Jeba, toga.
Decent.
Ima ko kakvu pušku za mene?
Ne.
Zar niko nije išao na naranđa se?
Tebi sam rekao da ideš uvijek, a niću.
Sam htio reći, ajde završim s jelom, to je minut i po. Pa se vraćam, leću tu neđe pronaći. To okej?
Ne.
Okej, onda jesam.
Hajde.
Samo se ti najdi, je.
Ovdje on jest, a?
Ovdje. Ne jebe ti možda usiru.
Ma. Tak smo ti bili na lanu u Sloveniji, onak, ostane ne desi život, ovo vidiš sam njega, ustane se i ode po picu. Istina Bog nije bio živo. Šalim se.
To ćemo igrat, to ovo kod Frkija.
Ma da, to.
Mogli bi ovo kod mene.
Niko neće kod tebe.
ali ja, i ono kad smo tu igrali, ja nisam mogao naći vestu i helmet ni jedan game. I ovo sad opet.
Ima neko redot nešto.
Ne. Imam sam 30.005.
Nije mi bilo minuta nagrao kad sam 5 palačinki, bok tebe.
Koji si ti palačinki?
Vjerujem sam palačinku zamoto bananu cijelu.
Ekstra palačinki.
Ozbi.
Taj kamp je zapravo ultra ložni. Ti ali dobro ide.
Daj za čepi dođite. I meni se piše, ja moram ići pišti.
Niko odem ja onda, kad svi idu.
Imam 2 flasha za rag, neko hoće.
Trebam.
Ja bacit ću ih u ovoj kući, idem pišti.
Pa se dje drug.
I treba ko četvorku i četvorku sam bacio isto tu, sve u toj kući.
M4.
Da.
Kaj misliš ima skin da tamo? Ti bez M ili sam će?
Ne pojem.
Ajde odluči.
To sam ja igram Beryl.
Ti Beryl. A to nije loše.
Nije. Zašto će ovo sve biti close range, po meni.
Da. A mene dobar i KBZ.
To mi je long range.
U već šestici. Treba 6-4.
Ne.
Što ja čuvam možda Godzer. Godzer!
Snipa ovo igra, samo što su u drugoj grupi.
Dobar dan.
Tvrk ima sedmice viška.
Sa tebe ne. Šalim se, imam 230.
Daj pa baci malo 20. Pravi me zabijem.
Zavem, a?
A se skužio malo, a radi mozgić.
Nagoraj si glave, mamu ti jem, sad ću te stavom pali po glavi toj. Šuplje.
Pali si mamu,
Sad ću tebe.
Aha! Pa čuvaj te kao.
Ja nam čuvam ovu sardinu.
Sam 46 ljudi, what the fuck. Su se pobili i bok te koliko je bilo na početku?
Ne. Šta samo jebote, pa to je za sam hutbol.
Pa kad gledaš, gdje god dođu budu išli po 4.
Niko neće imat armora, heee.
Imam i ovaj Kleineman. Šta je radiš amo retardu? Boli tebe kurac.
Level 2 vesta, ovaj helmet i ovaj N24, moram staviti. Nije bio N24, a sad...
Sam kompetitiv. A barem da ne zaradimo dečki danas.
Jesi ti imao pezica viška?
Ko ja?
Da.
210.
Ajde malo, daj 20.
Znači ja i po svim standardima ovdje...
Od auta lijevo, od auta lijevo.
Od auta ispred.
Nema ni jedne...
O bok! Imamo 12 kilo, ubili smo sad 3 tima tu.
3 tima išli s autima, gogo. Evo kara, buraze.
Ja bacio 3 tamo.
Jedinko, karam te u šupak.
Pa kad si ti to bacio, a?
Aha.
Kad si ti to luto?
Kakva pozicija, deći?
Aj dajte mi jedan medke neke za to kaj, da si sve uzeo.
Skoro sam pukao. Možeš proći kod svega, možeš kurac.
To sam ti ja lutao, većinu, tako da.
Kaj si sobate? No možeš čekaj. Sjebano piću mat.
Dogzer, di si ti malo?
Evo me.
Jede još.
Jesi se najao?
Da, završio sam.
Šta si papo? Da bi su bili fileti i riža?
Ne.
Nego?
Ljetina je riža.
Rižu. Daj mi
Ujeb.
temi daj.
Čekaj mi vidjeti kako je ovo sistem.
Jedan metak, hoćeš da tebe puknu. Zašto stavim na Windows? Aha, prozor. Prozor.
Aha, top 8 ide dalje i pobjednik osvoja sve u finalu.
Nice!
Koliko osva?
200 eura.
Ja ozbiljno svi.
Pa ozbiljno ti kažem.
202 se igra.
Dogzer nam ništa.
Zašto si stavio novi Windows?
Lik je iza drveta, ali stvarno? To post... Ja ću uzeti ono tam preko kuću, neću. Upakiramo za 200 eura. Ojera. A kaj je ovo tu naranđast?
Komp.
Kad je finale?
Odmah poslije 202.
Kako luta taj neki?
Gololo neki na Sanhoku skvar za $200.
Gore tim 15.
Je, tim gore, a?
No.
Zajebaš, a?
Ne.
Imate neki gripova za me?
Ne.
Ne, imaš puta 4 tog ti treba.
Vidim jednog. Mogu nokat.
Ne.
Ne mogu više.
Vidim ja jednog, mogu ga nokat.
Ne možeš. Bravo, Forek.
Što?
Lijepo si ga.
Pa imao sam dinka na niš. Ne znam sad, to je, još ne vidim nekakav raid.
Kak je funny kad ima zonu, pizdu.
Dobro, drkaš kurac, to boli ti kurac. Šta mi da smo bili tu gore, bok. Došlo bi nikad. Ne znam. Da je bacilo zonu, evo ovak. Nam bi isto bilo smiješno.
Zajebano, bo. 60 tima.
Koliko se igra? Best of?
2. No, dobro
To
game.
njegu še.
Ajde malo akcije.
Priprema. Pozor. Sad.
Se radi?
Dog opet AFK.
Tu su. Kulir.
Unlucky, opet smo u sredini, a?
Da ćemo znuditi. Bog, to je frki na mobitelu, Bog.
Nema nikog. Kako znaš da sam novi, to mamu ti. Gledam ti stream. Ovo sad ti više neću gledat. Ovo je sad, mislim da je druga strana. Mitar, hvala za follow.
Ko je Mirić?
Da.
Prilaze nam 345. Tu kod mene.
Se već blizu ovako?
Ne, na Marku.
Dobro.
Ne vidim to, čekaj.
Do tran dolazi.
Vidim ja jednog nokan.
Prišao. Dvojice prišli.
A, Abo.
Dvojica prišla, kod ograde su ja.
Pa vi gledajte mobitel.
Su ušli unutra?
Na auto je, da.
Jes, vanjski sad je.
Ušao unutra.
Čujem ih kako trče.
Gdje?
Tu unutra ili tu vani?
Do ograda nikoga ne vidim.
Ček tih.
Unutra,
O, kuće.
Gleda tebe dok. Ja.
Jebot, nokom izvana. S ograde. Puša.
Više, ne znam gdje sam.
Isus te jebo.
Možeš povući dok.
Da, probat ću.
Možemo ove hangare tu kod mene igrat.
Idemo zvan.
Vanja je. Noka nije na kući.
Ko je?
A druga. Diže ga. Mora ga van.
Možeš da healo?
Van je jedan, skače na ogradu.
Ne ti lijevo izaš.
Vani se.
Ono. Radi?
Idu prema nama.
Mora bi trebao raditi.
Sad borimo s njima, a?
A ne znam, kada ti je. Ne znam koliko se spredam, ali. Ako mi je neko prošao lijevo, onda nismo baš dobro.
Znam sve pravo, samo.
Prošao mi je lijevo. Vidio me, pičku materinu. Nema.
Sam si dok. Vidi panel. Evo, složen.
Imaš tu neku kućicu dok da. Lijevo, vidiš?
Tu ti unutra, mislim.
Tu na sahu kuparu.
Ti rekao da legneš u ovu rupu iza tebe?
Tu?
Da.
Pusti ga, ne pusti ga. A tu te mogu vidjeti dio.
Ako. Mislim da ima od ograde onaj bijeli kurac. Hvala na follow floors.
Dečki, nismo uigrani, baš na smahu.
Je, baš nismo spredavljali.
Ha?
Dobro, ja sam se prvi, ajde. Ajde, dog reci, mislim.
Ja to nisam imao ni gdje vidjet. Nikud.
Evo, popijem ovo i najviše ništa za heal.
A, jedeš, go!
Koklema, kaj imam samo metke i onda...
I onda prst od nikud vadi.
Našao ga je putem.
Kaže on gotovo je. I neće reloadat puška, ima još metaka.
Nisam ti zbog animacije da me ovaj gore ne vidi.
Lezi u sredinu.
Lezi tu na cestu. Pravi se da si mrtav.
Ne, ali ozbiljno, pomakni se ovak tu negdje.
Vjerovatno, pa zato će ostati to da popijem ove sljedeće.
502.
202?
Da. Evo onda ih idem sve ubit.
Kaj si ti mislio?
Da.
Evo vidi kompenzat. Možda je first da misle da si on.
Pa neću ću igrat na ovo što. Dobro smrt.
On je zeleni marker leg.
Opušten.
Opušten.
Ja kažem nećeš win. Ali... Ti jebem.
Koliko ima, da ne...
23.
To je nokaj, ja mislim.
Možda jedan tebe ne ide.
Jebao bi ti staro, ja.
Dinko si se javio, Pauli, DM.
Ne. Jebote, pa on tebi zna.
Zna, Fred, da sam tu.
Na kurac. Rekao bi ti da legnem zato što ćete ovi od isti vidjeti.
Neće,
Ajmo rekao da ide.
I know it. Haksa ovaj Fred. Cheater. Pogledaj tak, dok se muva, Fred.
Ovo je Twitch.
Vidim ako me čuo, dvojica zbila.
Trojice su bili, oni to sve ne znaju.
Ide, dobri, 5 smo zašli, 8 prolaze u finalu.
Koji kurac su ovi timali, ili šta? Jesi gledao replay, Ivas? Dva različita tima su ušla unutra.
Haram, ništa. Dobre, dečki, loš. Vidite da smo konstantni, to je to.
Kaj, stalno peti, ja?
Da.
Idi gledat odmah koji je snim.
Bravo, David.
Sve ne vajem ispod elektrosa, tu cestu, da je niko nije.
Pa zato što...
Pa nemaš prozor prema toj cesti. Nemaš niš prema toj cesti.
Mene gleda jedan s karom, ova dva su kuži.
Gdje, ja sam imao prozor prema tamo. Ajde, odi u tu kuću i pokaži mi prozor koji je prema tamo, gleda. Imaš malu kuću koja je pored.
Su ju trčali po Bjelovaru danas.
Ko?
Po neki fun run bio.
A jes.
Ko je to bilo?
Jes. Danas.
Moram sam nišću. Gotov je. Gotov je. Vidjeli su ovi što su nas ubili, dečki moji.
Zajedno se družimo na Facebooku godinu dana.
Pa i meni i tebi.
Da, eto. Ja mislim da je to neki znak, mi ćemo morati kasnije da se družimo i ovako.
Niko trebaš?
Da.
Tvoje ime i sam gej da dodaš.
What?
Let's go boys, let's go.
Kom idemo?
Ne smijem ti reći.
A ne znam na koji turnir misliš? Onaj što smo igrali na Erangelu, to je bio drugi turnir, ovo je drugi isto.
Tamo smo popušili biti treći.
Nisam došli novci.
A dobili smo masu, pa...
Oni nas invite-aju, mi ne moramo to na...
Na čemu?
Nisu nas isplatili, halo?
Napiši paycheck.
Neki nubovi vinaju s 10 kilova 2 gejma.
Pjaca zabilo.
Kako gorčine spičio, a?
100 metra zabija.
Da.
I?
Zabide iz pol metra.
Da pa zabide iz pol metra. Šta je 2-0 navije?
Već je gotovo, a?
Da, 65 dobro. Hehe.
Ma neću ni gledat to kad ne...
A, ovo je luđak bak. I elektronik isto zvijer. 99,9 ADR.
Ček, navio finalu.
Nema ni 100 ovog.
Polufinal.
Kaj polufinalu?
Po finalu su sad.
Da, isto mi se...
Kažem, sad su u finalu, da.
Pa bog te, kaj sam rekao. Ko igra drugo polufinale? Aha, Liquid i Astro.
Liquid i...
To sad igra.
Dečki, bježimo ovima. 60 bodova.
Ajme. No, kome?
Hoću da čitam. Napunčmo Hobos Timas.
Jes, ni bio.
Enes.
Igraj.
Ongoing. Kako ćemo igrat taj broadcaster, evo?
Na kompjuteru.
Ne, mislim si isto. Mislim se zabavit koji je ovaj.
Pa vjerojatno.
Je, baš ćemo se mi zajedno.
Pa šta ćeš radit u Game of Vojte gdje ćeš to vodit s autima? Ide se na jedu, ima.
Joshua da, 17 uči, a?
A to nije boks više.
Nek šta je?
Užas.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 11 timov.
To je dobro za mene.
Pa on...
Ovo je Twitch kao.
Jebote, 9 KD, ludje.
Dima, da.
Solo, ali 4G. To dog gleda.
Jasno. Rimčev C2 koji postiže brzinu od 412 km/h. Uskoro će biti izložen u Zagrebu.
Ideš na izložbu?
Da. Rimac će nam biti sponsor.
Ćemo dobiti jednog Rimca.
Ovo giva se retardiran. Vidite sam glava izvode. Dinko uđi, jebem ti.
A teško me tako reći start.
Ja ti kažem, svaki put starta game.
Sad nisi rekao.
Šta nosi? Fuš majicu. Zađe fuš.
Nisam rekao, prevrši si.
A šta si slušao? Ajde, šta si gledao?
Gledao sam na Instagramu neki.
Ja dečka, avion je povoljan za nas.
Na samom koje je svaki avion povoljan. Kaj ti?
Ti sate! Šta ima sate?
Samo te, nisi mi još donirao svoje.
Šta mrmljaš ti njegoše?
Njegoše, kako baš gledat tu?
Zašto je fuš? Ili fus? Nam na fuš ili nam fus?
Fuš. Kako bacam ove jabuke?
Banane, ja?
Istina, ne znam, sve može drugo biti osim banana.
Neću.
Ramis.
Budem to blok.
Gledao sam majmuna ispred sebe pa sam mislio.
Nešto. Sam provjeram.
Dinko!
Molim,
U petak u Bjelovar, a?
u 6.
Dođeš u petak?
Ako nekog ne govorim, onda dođem. A kak dođem sam? A ne da mi se.
Zašto ne?
Kaj ću radit?
Što ćeš ovaj, bok ti idemo na cviju.
Moram spavat u Bjelovaru ako ću.
Pa imaš kod Ivasa u stanu mjesto.
No.
A gle, ali plaća ti se ulaz, znaš, 2 cure.
Ak ti da pelaš 2 cura?
Šta, i onda da si ja sam platim.
A mi njih moramo platiti.
Ne, ti je moraš platit, kuži.
Pa kakav si ti to onda?
Domaćin. Kakav si ti domaćin?
Ja ti dam da spavaš tu.
No, i?
I?
Pa ja ću spavat
Original,
ako ćeš da pelat 2 cure.
Kao, pa ja neću spavat.
Log Dinka i letenje.
Kaj ti joj? Kada Iva se htjeli ići tu k meni, odmah je skužio da to nije da treba. Ja sam skužio novu rupu gdje Iva sad jako dobro rupu. Mogu Iva tamo. Naš duo, Ivan si frke, možete li ovaj game živi?
Da.
Saznat ćemo zajedno.
Fuck, umro ovaj prvi.
No, a nas je mogu.
Ću mortirat ovdje.
Faster rotaciju.
Da uzmemo barem most dolje.
Ja imam motor, hoće da je rotiram prvi.
Da, idem ja s tobom, idemo.
Ozbiljno bi već išao rotirat.
To išao bi kaj, pa naćemo dvije dođe to neki. Idemo.
Ne, ben, tim, no.
Evo sekund. Daj mi sekund 2.
A, da igram im 4 ne.
Nije loš, nije.
Nije.
Hajde Švarks, već kasnimo, tu smo već morali biti negdje.
Imaš puta 4 ako treba.
Ramos tu. Jes. Šta kažeš, a? Gdje ću?
Ma nisam ih gledao game, vjeraš.
Mi vjeruješ, a? Zajebavaš se sam.
Kako se on zajebava te?
Ovo si mi neozbiljan.
Kaj je Ramo? Mračević.
Stačka ste vi takvi, ja, maso plav.
Pa normalno.
To kaj oni uvijek svaki game, nismo svi tako.
Molit ću lijepo.
Da.
To grmi bok ti ili neko mene zjeba?
Pa Juga isto sjeva. Dobro, okej, mi smo rotirali, onak brutalno brzo. Ono, već je 29.
Pa da idemo s motorom ili idemo pješke?
Isuse Bože, jebeš me, a?
Ne, bok te uzmimo motor ispred mene, da ga uzmimo.
Sam te rekao motorom, ali sad ne ide.
Ne bi išao s motorom, bok te, a godim s motorom svi će znak jesu.
Idemo dolje, jebate.
Dođem s motorom. A neću. Trebaju mi 2 gripa, 2 extenda i 2 napred.
A dobro, i hoćeš još 100 eura da ti dam.
Gle god za risto ima neki auto.
Bog je on.
Sam.
Hoću.
Tu vam je motor, ga hoćete uzeti.
Otvorimo u kući. Imaš 6x, hoćeš?
Ajde, neću.
Bog, sad to ne kurat. A kaj vi sad ne jedete s tim motorom?
Imam motor, Zašto ne odemo turno da žuti manje?
Ja isto. Pusti se. Adi ramo.
Šta bi, evo?
Adi ramo. Više popa. Ćemo pogoditi most, ramo.
Ha, probat ću.
Jedno.
Evo ga.
Opa.
Polazno vreme.
Mogli bi ovo probat?
Ma ne.
Ovo je otvoreno. Ili nema vrata. Neka je te dve u.
Da ti kupim frke?
Ne treba, mogu ja pješke. Oooo! Ajmo, vozi!
Evo ti gdje su vidjeli?
Niste tada svojim ramom se ne može. Mislim se odbio si me 6. Ne treba 6.
Ja imam 6 ako neko treba.
Nije, to su meni.
Pucam se u ne. Evo nas. Kaj je red? Ima gdje grip kako?
Neće, niko nigdje. Imamo kojeg se...
Imam ja na pušci.
Što mi gledaš? Na pušci ili na puški?
Pušci. Si iznenađen, ali možda.
Ne. Od uvijek sam znao da si retardiran.
Ja sam malo dublje otišao. I dok za listu. Mogli bi uzeti ovo iznad, ova kamera, tu znaš. Vidjeli to?
To ono kamen, jel?
Je.
Jel to ono kamenje iznad tu?
To kamera.
Jeste vidjeli? Kad ti tomu sam vozi?
Ovo je kuda je 6 puta lud stvari. Nema kaj ne mogu.
Kad je malo map. Tebe mi gripovi.
Uzmi si ono.
Dok, ili ima grip kakav tamo?
Ne.
Extended dok.
Ima.
O, evo mene. Ko prvi? Šalim se, uzmi. Haha, moj!
Aj gasite.
Idem tu gore na brodu.
Ajde, vikljamo ovdje, šta radi?
Idem scout.
To su tomu se.
Niko ne puca na tom? Ne bude ni ovo.
Maš tam gripove.
Daj mi ga uzmi.
Idem uzeti ovu gore čeku, gledaj sve živo vidiš. Možete vi dva s ovo? Ne možete, idemo s njima.
Dođite nam, jebate. Šta bi tamo?
Ti si ovo na prdevicu ostavio.
Ne znam gdje sam ostavio skutera. Našao sam, ali nema skuterom.
Ne, čekaj da... Ne idemo. Idemo.
Imam ja nade. Retar.
Trako boostera. Ha?
Ne. Treba mi torbu 2 ili ima gdje.
Imam. Se ove bagi nije moglo staviti na tebi.
Dok je tam.
Pa da.
Mogu li ga dobiti?
Hoćemo se rasporediti sad da nam ne dođe opet.
Si ga bacio?
Aha, hvala. Ja gledam Southwest.
Moj Southeast. Prve žrtve su popadale.
Taka ba jaka je ubio nekoga.
Ne znam. Ne znam, Siner. Bude još bolje. Yo. Hello.
Jo, gost. Treba pomoć dok. Ma ne, provam to.
Šupak iz strave.
Arizona, really?
Really?
This is tournament.
Ko mu jebe, ma?
Što? Mrmljaš ti.
Jel poslije ovog finala ili neka druga pada?
Final.
Opa, mi smo... Šajim se, di smo?
Oh, sorry dude. But I think they can ban us because we are playing GLL Bravo. And this is only like daily tournament.
Turkey.
More like weekly tournament.
Really or?
Really,
Really or?
my friend Borat.
Really?
Bog te ću vidjet nekog.
Where are the people?
Dogzera.
Krojiš.
Misli za da ti je pukao po nekog.
A viš da FK tamo leži.
Reci nam nešto.
Kak si?
Dobro,
Što?
ti? Ja se naspao.
Onako, je nešto onako.
Budeš danas, bruda. Don't worry.
Aj sjeri dok išli spad u 11 sati.
Pa je, i prije.
Justo sam u 7.
Pa ti moraš ko pravi vojnik ustati u 7. I u 6.
Po 5 si već robi budan.
Da.
Što spavaš uopće?
U pol 5 je treba bit budan, mani ti stražu držat.
Na glavu, da.
Spava otvorenim očima.
Eto dečki, to vam je ta bosanska vojska.
Mani si treba na straži biti, jebote ispred kuće.
U 7 ustaju, a susjedi su već flenka. Ja sam dobro.
A, jesi. Već ne id kuha. Drugi kuhaju doručak.
Drop nam pada. Možda nam drop pada, to bude jedina akcija ovdje. 30.
Moj, ja imam svega level keca.
Ja isto.
Ja isto, ja sam level.
Ovo nisu dobro.
Tu je teže umret, bok te nek preživit.
Vidjet ćemo na brat. Tebi nije bilo teško.
Da, frk, ja nijednom nismo ušli u top 20 na ovo.
Da. A do tada smo bili prvi, bok te treći. Ne, prvi, onda smo sjebali, šta je bilo? Prošli smo...
Vi s dva prva mjesta niste prošli dalje.
Prošli
smo dalje. Zato što 3 su prolazila dalje, jebote. 5, da. A mi prošli za 1 bod, ili 2, koliko je bilo?
Od 40 timova 5 prolazi.
Da.
Vidim likova, ima me, 170. Ha, vidio sam ja tebe, pičko malo.
Baci Marko prilike.
Level 3 helmet.
Zbaci Marko.
170. Tu sam, na Marku. Na Marku sam.
Na Markusu. Markus. Čemo njih riješiti, onda se on lože čisto vjerojatno.
Ja sam vidio jednog, ne znam ali ima više. Ne, trče dolje, ima ih više, trče dolje u kamp. U kampu sam.
A?
Ako opsu sleđa, da.
Taj, popinao sam vam.
Ne.
Jedan lik je u kampu.
Ne, iz lijevog gađa. I sam jedan ili?
Ne, dva sam vidio. Ovo trči cestu kroz ta.
Ne vidim.
Evo na plavu ekipu,
Gdje?
Ovo drugi mu još gore. Ja, hitamo, MK14 ima.
3 su.
Da. Jedan je već krosa, desno.
Okej.
Na 15 je vas dvojica. Blizu su.
Trče desno.
Da.
Mislim ti krosa, jedan je gore, jedan je sad.
Od mene, dvojica.
Šta ga nijedan. Ajmo dogu pomoć. Jebeš ih, daleko su.
Koliko sam ishitio.
Još iza. Još ima.
Još dva. Ili jedan.
Dok dižem Ivas.
A di su i vas?
Ravno ispred kamena.
Ti si ubio zadnji ili?
Ne.
Hitan, jako hitan.
Ubio sam.
Dobro.
Albert.
Jebeni Albert. Turio pekaru.
Kompajra, ovdje te gluposti.
Treba mi glava je.
Imaš kjesan, no.
Opa.
Ti za nos.
Idemo zonu, pa ćemo čekat. Idu. Potvoreno. Narcis. Ne, čekaj nas. Gore me hitam.
Mnogo ko ovo gore.
Ne.
Tratuju ljudi.
Možeš smokat.
Ne, idu tu kod...
Na mene su dvojica.
Nokao sam jednog.
Opet peti, dečki.
Frki dolje, sam trebao otići na ovo.
A ne znam koji je fazon, četvorca na me ljudi, niko i ne puca, ništa. Ko je vas poubio?
Ja sam pucao, kao tvoje.
Dva su bila gore i ja sam jedan gađao, drugi me pogodio u glavu, šta? Ne znam gdje si ti još, znaš.
Sam se trebali kom spustiti, to bilo bi sve.
Ti jasno da nisam mogao. Vi ste počeli pucat dok sam ja bio tamo i onda su svi krenuli pucat. Krenuo trču, sam bi me ubili.
Ja oni su se splitali, tišli su već dolje, kroz, iza.
A ovaj je me od uzgora pogodio, a?
Pa da, ali i onak kužiš. Kaj ne kužiš sad? Ja, oni su dva bili gore i dva iza dozora dolje. A mi smo svi bili desno, svi. Ja sam 2 noko i ne znam, nisam dobio nijedan kill.
Ovog rujna neke stvari
What the hell is that? I found it. Somebody's gotta be looking for this thing.
ne bi trebali biti pronađene.
Dangerous people coming after us.
We've come to a very pivotal moment in this CSGO history where finally the old guard, the veterans, the prestige names are starting to drop off significantly. We're seeing those guys starting to drop out of the top lineups and go down to tier 2 teams. We're seeing their performances drop off.
It brings different cultures all into one team, and I think the majority of teams that have different players from different countries, I think they work well together, and I think the scene is moving more towards having different countries in same teams as well.
Can give a different perspective into certain scenarios or issues or problem solving or whatever it might be in your team. But also it's important that these cultures doesn't clash and that you make sure to have space for everyone. And so far we're able to do that in our team.
We've had teams of a bunch of youngsters in a lot of different cases, there's different examples of this, and you just see this there's issues of a lack of maturity that they need an authoritative figure that's been around the block and seen it all to kind of tie everyone together, to give them that perspective, and especially for the teams that don't have maybe the benefit of a coach, that is very important. So the fact that we're meshing both makes Counter-Strike so exciting because you get the best of the old guiding the best of the new.
Cadian for me has got to be one of the most unlucky guys in the entirety of the Danish Counter-Strike scene. He's always been in it, he's always been there. He's been part of some of the biggest names, the biggest organizations. He's definitely got the talent, he's got the drive, I know he's got the right attitude.
He's like the exiled son, you know, of Danish Counter-Strike in many respects. You know, he was sent out to North America effectively. You know, he couldn't really find a Danish lineup that would work for him, it would seem.
Finally though, he has joined Rogue and it looks like it's starting to come together. They're not quite there yet, but they're definitely turning some heads. It's been about a year now, I think he's been over living in America.
He's like, yep, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to keep, if this is a way to make it work, I will make it work.
Gdje se mogu vidjeti standingsi od tog broadcasta?
There's a lot of things that goes into making a good team or a great team. You need to respect each other. Finding people who is talented at the game is one thing, but finding people that can actually live with each other throughout all these travel days and all these tournaments. And I think that this team might be one of the best teams that I've been on in terms of that. We can be down for an hour or two, but we will always come back and have a smile on our faces.
We haven't been together for as long as we like. We haven't really developed as a team.
We're all very calm, and I think it helps us, but it also can hurt us when we're in situations where we need to communicate more.
I think the chemistry in the team is good. We have a good mixture of older guys and young players who are hungry, so the balance is really good in terms of that.
The different personalities from different countries as well. Like obviously everybody can speak English, but it brings different cultures all into one team.
So we're just all big trolls, and
it's just a good time playing with these guys, and I love it. I love every second of it. Because there's so much on the line, the stakes, we knew that if we won this game, we would move on to the major.
Rogue versus Complexity.
And they'll be fighting it out for the first qualifying spot.
It was a game that was, for some of us, probably the biggest game of many years. About finally reaching the major again, or for some of us for the first time.
Visibility issues around the B-bomb site. Lovely from Cadian.
And now he's picked up the orb. He can still save this. That's a great first shot. There's the backstab. And where it's gone. Now Shazam has to look into two places and he can't. 16 to 11. Rogue have done it. And you can see how much it means to Cadian and his lovely compatriots here on Rogue. They've worked so hard for this. And they played lights out.
Qualifying for the major was a very highlight of the past year and a half of my career. People were doubting me and thinking that my team had no chance of even making it, and we were able to prove them wrong.
It feels amazing, obviously. Yeah, it's been very rough for me. Being so far away from home, being a European player, living in the US, away from everyone that I love at home. So this is a big win for me. It just shows that these choices that has been made is worth it in the end.
Since you guys think it's a sport, we'll challenge you guys in a couple weeks. Any game you want, you come to any game. And I'll make you eat those words, buddy, because it's getting better. It's getting better. We challenge you three.
What about weight loss? Should we do that? That's sport.
What about muscles? What about boxing when I come over there and punch you? This is America. The Queen can't help you over there, buddy.
One of the interesting things with Counter-Strike is, and esports in general, is that everything changes very quickly. 10 years in regular sports is like 1 year in esports. Things change so quickly.
Was way different than this. We didn't have practice facilities. We didn't play in stadiums. It was more about bringing your own computer and your big CRT monitor, which was like 10 kilograms.
We didn't have good PCs. We didn't have good monitors, chairs, no crowd at all. You brought your own computer. You brought all your own peripherals.
5 to 6 of us in the same hotel room for a week, so like I was sleeping on like a chair with like a table propped up.
Such a big finale as well.
Because I was like the new guy, you know. They were local ones. They were like pretty bad, like where we play like basically 24 hours.
And you grabbed your monitor and you went to some place in Denmark together with 200 other nerds, and you basically sat down and you had like a local LAN. We were like 4 guys living in one hotel room, sleeping on the sofas, and basically had no salary. Basically had no viewers, and the whole thing was a mess.
The first ever big tournament I attended was back in 2004. Everyone brought their own computer, slept on the floor, mattress, whatever they could find. There wasn't really any aspect of really being a professional. There was some, but there was just rumors about it. A lot of things have changed, but a lot of things are still the same.
Get right, currently has 28 kills. He's 2 away from another 30 bomb here in the tournament. And we are just rounding the minute on the timer here. As Fnatic make their way around. They have 1 AK and nothing but pistols. What you've witnessed in this tournament is a broken NIP team managing to resurrect themselves, and Exist picks up 2 kills. Forrest with the shot as well. All of Meister goes.
I don't really have any words for not making it for the past 2 years. It's surreal, if you ask me. It's I can't give any words more than thanks right now. Just thanks right now.
I wanna be near you. I wanna be always by your side. If life is worth living, the thought of you gets me every time.
Extended quick draw.
I have a 4.
Level 3 vest, that's important.
I need a red dot still, hollow.
Okay.
Što se dobro igra, samo SMG.
Valjda.
Koji? Da bar imamo neki info kak se šta igra.
Yeah, I've got nothing. Not a single
a lot
first
of
aid.
boosts, but no first aids.
6 su za sad.
You used up some. Here's a hollow for you.
Freezy vide.
Da.
Bot? Or did you drop?
Yeah.
Where's the
Koliko
one?
ide dalje?
I dropped it. Where? Did it oh, it's in my inventory. Sorry. What the hell? There's a 3x if you need it here.
I have a 4 and a 3.
Okay.
I would just need like first aid, attack.
Need him as well.
Did you loot the guys?
I didn't loot the second guy.
I don't even know where. No, I didn't loot him either.
He died in that building in the corner or something.
Tu 20 prolazi.
Oh, I have another extended quick draw.
On one first aid.
Yeah, I found one as well, just now, while you said it. I still don't have attachments for my SMG. Like a grip and tack stock. I have a level 3 backpack here if you wanna.
Yeah.
Ooh, another comp. You have comps for
No, just one suppressor, that's it.
Yeah, I just have 2 comps.
I got a level 3 now.
Yeah, I'm also level 3. You have extended quicks, you said?
Yeah, both.
Cool.
Zone coming in. Did you find any first aids?
1.
I got one too. Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Ko bi vi SMG-eve igrali?
Vektor i UMP.
UMP, ja. Vektor är det.
Did you loot this?
No. That was the teammate that went there. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and
he came from there, yeah. Well played, man. By the way.
Cheers. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and hurt you.
I guess we can be more free with our movement now.
Yeah. Well,
I would like to test the 4x. It's suppressed. Can I test it quick? Okay. It's terrible.
Sounds like a little weenie. Sounds like a. It sounds like a baby gun, honestly, like a water gun. It's something you shouldn't be afraid of.
Has a freaking half grip and a suppressor and no tack stock. Yeah, probably shouldn't use it for it.
This isn't looted. I'm gonna loot here.
Yeah, sure. This is a really nice circle for us. It's perfect. We'll just stay on the south edge, basically.
Got a second 4.
I think you don't need it.
A second 4?
Yeah.
I don't know, I always like to rob.
But it's an SMG.
За 44 минути почне.
Switch to the 4x on my UMP, then having to pull out the vector.
Šta počinje?
За 44 minute.
Za, u 9.
Da.
Finale ovo naše.
Da.
Idem si leđu po.
Da, aj zasp.
Čekaj.
Zovite. Zaga je tako kasno is.
Ole zauzeo main. To je dosta informacija za njegov...
Čekaj, pišu nešto. 20 je. Da, u 9. O. Imam rok neki sandvič u PPK.
TPP.
Što to?
Aj gleda neki video retardiraj.
Dečki vrv. See you later.
Može Sinar koji hoće samo reći.
Going to be a short video containing critically important information that will make it easier for you to spot enemies depending on your graphics settings. This is about spotting gun flashes. When you get shot at in PUBG, you often have extremely little time to either fight back or get to cover before you die.
Prolazi
The sooner you
20
can
od
spot your enemy,
31,
the
ne?
better. And even a fraction of a second can mean life or death.
A kod nas, subot.
When a gunshot is fired, there's a flash.
Kako je
Unless, of course,
prošli
your
bilo,
enemy is
prošli put?
using a suppressor.
Prva runda je bila 5
That
od
flash will not only light up
40, a druga runda je bila 20 od
the
40.
muzzle of the weapon, but
Sure.
also the area around the gun.
I to je išlo u druge
This reflection
infiltracije.
of light
Da,
is
neke
dependent
open
on the
regional,
effects
tako.
I
setting.
šta je tam bilo, kako je tam prolazilo?
Tam ne znam, to mi nismo igrali.
This is an example of using
A
effects
sad
on
ne znam
low.
kako je ova
An
godina.
enemy shooting in a building in front of us, and it is just
Koliko
possible
si
to
igrao
see the
gemo?
reflection of the light. But what if we look at the same thing using effects on Ultra?
3 ili 5.
Pa viš koliko ovi dugo igraju, od kad
There's
igraju.
a huge difference between the two.
Samo Sanhok igraju.
In a direct
ne znam,
side-by-side
mi smo igrali
comparison,
onake
this
Rangel,
is very
Sanhok.
noticeable. The entire room lights up
Šta je
when
onda
using
bilo,
effects
jel?
on Ultra, and almost nothing happens when using effects on low. Going a bit further away,
Igrali
the
smo
difference
konkurat
is
Sanhoka
disturbing
i Rangel i Miro.
when Ultra will. As far as performance goes, I have been playing on this setting maxed out for about a month now, and I haven't noticed any difference. No stutter, no FPS drops, and no problems. Note that I do have a very powerful system, but you should definitely try this out for yourself and see. I hope this short video was helpful, and if it was, subscribe to the channel for future videos like this.
Nemoj se kupiti sinić pa.
Ajde.
O, ko će čeka još 40 minuta, bo. Dinko? O, nisam. Dog. Pratiš CS baš ne, a?
Ne. Prije ja sam... Nisam gledao u prostor. Koliki krug 26 živio, pa da je ovo je šprnja neka. Ne znam kakvi ovi igrači igraju, evo. Kao pozvani, evo.
King of the game. Najbolji. Ma baš mi briga, ja sam ga dobio za rođen.
Kaj je startalo ovo naše?
Šta naš?
Kaj će?
A?
Gleda.
Za pol sat.
Idem lobanjice gledat.
Zovi, samo zovi, ne koristim ga jer ga nisam kupio. I ovo mi je okej. Ali možda kupim od Dinka EC2. Ako se ono odluči koji želi miš imat.
Ma sve to telefon. Mislim da će me manja ruka bolet od ovog.
No onda mi ga opet odneseš, a? Mhm. Polaris.
Ovog lobanjice dok gledam ko da dogzara gledam. Oba dva reću jednu riječ po na 5 minut. Jedan drugi su ko orman.
America, actually. Shanghai recently, Australia, I've been to Dubai, I've been all over the place. That's one of the key reasons why I stepped down from Cloud9 when I was a player is because I mean, it's just very totally on your body, right? You want as a person to have a routine. You want to, you know, wake up, have breakfast, and you know, walk around the house, play CS, maybe go to the gym, you know, have lunch at one of the places that you're familiar with. I was in this place I always wanted to be in. I didn't see anything. I just stayed in the hotel the entire time. I left. And it's just almost heartbreaking to have those scenarios because people are like, wow, you get to travel the world. Yes, you do get to travel the world as a pro player, but you don't really get to see the world. You just get to play your game.
Čovjek što plaća majku ti je. Dobije pare zato što igra igrice plaća.
You give up your friends, your family, and any loved ones you may have picked up along the way to chase your dream.
Shangers. Roknu razred.
I think I heard about Stewie in a similar way that everyone did. He was this wild
Ne, i vas.
Playing in PUBG systems in North America. He was getting accusations all the time because he was pushing wildlessly through smokes, behind flashes.
A? On je 99, ja sam niti učit. Pa razred pa je sam.
Like I said, there was accusations that this guy might be cheating. Oh, it's ridiculous.
He said to me he was going to play on Cloud9 one day, and then he went on to win the major with Cloud9. And he knew that before he was anywhere near being a professional Counter-Strike player.
And that was sort of the introduction that a lot of people, I think, in North America had to him. And then all of a sudden he was picked up and given a chance. And he showed that he was committed. I remember the first time I met him, he was talking about how much work he'd actually put into reviewing demos and understanding, you know, the top-level gameplay at a pro level and what everyone sort of did. And that's when he took his style, which was wild and loose, and molded it into something that was instrumental. He is, in some ways, one of the saviors and talk about NukeHS of North America.
Sve bog. Prodavao igrač.
Esports isn't a joke anymore. There's thousands of people watching. I knew that I need to put everything into it. I stopped hanging out with my friends, and I just stayed on the computer day and night.
That's what people are. This guy plays A. This guy plays A.
When I fell in love with the game, I played more and more. It would go from 3 or 4 hours to 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Break them now and get into the game. Let's go.
I want to progress fast as possible.
Jake and I grew up in San Francisco, and our childhood was pretty ordinary. My parents were always overseas. They have a business over in Asia, so they spent a lot of time in China. That definitely made the two of us more independent, and when we did things together, we kind of try to outdo each other. Yeah. I grew up playing Counter-Strike 1.6, and my brother always being around me, he eventually picked that up from me.
I was trying to join the same server as him, but every time I kill him or kill my cousin, they would get mad and they would try to vote kick me in the server. And I would always feel pretty sad. My brother doesn't want to play with me. He doesn't want to hang out with me. I was just trying to make them happy and felt like we were hanging out together at the time, but I guess they took it another way. My brother was always the really good kid. He was the one who sets the bar high for my sister and I. He's a great student. He would have 4.0 GPA. And he knows that video games come second. For me, I don't think that way. I think when I like to do something, I put that first. So my mom had a lot of leeway from my brother, but for me, growing up, it was a lot harder. My parents were the stereotypical Asian parents who wanted me to grow up to be a really successful lawyer, doctor, dentist, something that's common. But for me, I saw something different. I started watching Cloud9 and I saw how they would travel the world, they can get salary, and that's what kind of sparked myself for pursuing the dream of becoming a professional player. I dropped everything in school, and I stopped hanging out with my friends, and I just stayed on the computer day and night. It was kind of hard for me to explain to my parents because they despise playing video games. There are times where we don't even speak to each other during the day and we live in the same house, and that's how much we kind of hated each other at one point. My parents actually kind of gave up on me. I was
listening in.
Može.
on phone
Da,
calls,
i ti
and
non.
I could hear her saying how I'm gonna be a failure in life.
Ako.
I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna be begging for money.
Šta si ti
how
napisao?
she's
Ako.
contacting me saying you're gonna have to leave. How I'm not getting an education like my brother who's so successful. I thought my mom kind of failed at being a mom, and I just said I might as well just leave then. I don't want to be here.
Ako.
And at the time I was 17, and I just flew to LA.
Ovo je ti.
At the end of one of the seasons, Cloud9
Ej,
was
polako.
announcing that Sean
Ja
Garrett
pročitao
was
sam.
leaving,
Ako uspiješ ovo
and
pročitati, da ne
I
ti
knew
prezove.
that this was a chance where I could
Može,
possibly
non,
get on
čekam.
the team. I was just waiting for my opportunity.
Sean Garrett came to the conclusion that's like, hey, you know what? I want to take a step back, and even one of the first names out of his mouth was Stewie 2K. The idea was that we bring in fresh blood, a new hunger to the team, and not some of this old guard that had been recycled over and over and over again. Wanted to bring someone with a new perspective on the game, and perhaps someone that could reignite where we left off.
A week later, Stunna gave me a call, and he talked about how the contract's ready for me. At the time, I was only 17, and my parents would never sign the contract for sure. So I said, if you can wait for it, I'm gonna sign it right away, and I'm gonna go to the gaming house whenever you need me to.
We were all at
Squad
17
song.
at that point and said, you know, our parents might not back us up on this, but my gut feeling is that this is right, and I want to go for it. He knows what it is to kind of be this middle child and be different, wants to have his own path rather than the one that's been set by the older siblings. And there was so much criticism. There were so many people that didn't believe in it. They were visibly upset. There was pushback from the community. I mean, you've got to think, a rookie on the team, a pure rookie, coming into an organization that is probably hailed as the New York Yankees of esports. Not only was it community pushback, within the team, you could tell some of the vets didn't really give him the credit right off the bat. I mean, there's reaction videos of that old guard saying, hey, he's trash, this is the worst pickup of all time, this is never going to amount to anything, what the hell is C9 doing? Like, who the hell is Stewie 2K, right?
Da, to je. Dobro, kad tak snimaju glupost.
Hey! After the major,
Što
just
ćeš?
some people felt like they've accomplished and
What's
done
up?
what they wanted to do in their Counter-Strike career, and not everyone's putting in all the effort that they should be, so I didn't see the future in the team anymore. The whole MIBR move for me happened after WSU.
Igraš
I
Freezy.
knew this could be a new opportunity and the very next step in my career where I can get even further.
I think this change helped him grow as a person, as a human being, and for sure as a player. It's not just winning. It stay like for everybody that all he's been through worth it, and now he's on the top. And that's one thing I really like about him. I don't see that many players that actually doesn't really matter if he's doing bad or good. He's always trying his hard.
Everyone struggled with family and CS, and now here he is, successful. But from what I understand, they don't have too good of a relationship, which is sad to see because I'm someone who's really close to my family, and I hope that's something that could change in the future because family is extremely important.
Everybody that's worked in this industry can see that same boy or girl inside themselves that sat in their room for countless hours that really can taste it. They're so close to wanting to be a part of this bigger picture. Stewie 2K is a great example of a kid that was following his heart. He followed his dreams and really never gave up on his aspirations. When he started, he had the backlash from his family, the community backlash as well. He powered through rosters and teammates that didn't completely believe in him, to maturing as an adult on top of winning a major and then now looking to grab his second title. He's not a rookie anymore. He's a champion.
Hello, Mommy?
Hey, Jackie.
Mm-hmm. Thì ra chụp mẹ.
In the beginning, it was being able to dedicate enough time to actually play at the highest level consistently without having enough income coming in the door. Now you definitely have the money. It's more about the time and the sacrifices you make, like anything else that you dedicate your life to. Counter-Strike is one of those games where you need to play a lot to master it on an individual level, and you need to play and talk even more to master it on a personal and team-based level. You are sacrificing a normal life. You're sacrificing routine. You're sacrificing things that I think people take for granted.
You are a Counter-Strike player. And that is something that you live and you breathe, and you die by it as well. If you have a bad tournament, if you've been working for months to try to achieve something and you don't achieve it, it's very hard, I think, for people to grasp how horribly depressing that is for someone who goes on that journey. We've gone through lots of different ups and downs where we'd have different meta games and so on and so forth, but over time, the level is consistently getting better and better, and that makes the games more and more intense. There's a reason why in the first week of this major we had 23 overtimes or whatever it was, which is ridiculous. I don't think it's ever happened before. Even if it's old, even if it's not new and flashy and has these crazy gimmicks, even if it doesn't have the hype behind it like a game like Fortnite does, we always come back to the fact that this is pure system that's easy to understand, hard to master.
I think you obviously need to be highly skilled and well prepared, and obviously you need to be one of the best teams in the world, but there is an element of luck, an element of any given Sunday, the drive, the will, the passion. I think a lot more of the emotional and mental side of things comes into a major, because we've seen teams who are meant to win crumble before under the pressure, where the underdogs, the home team, someone with nothing to lose seems to make the most of that. And I think that's the difference, is making the most of the opportunities you get, and obviously that little spice of luck in it.
Entire years to either win a major or just simply make it.
The major to me is the biggest event that you could possibly attend. It's the most important, highest prize money, most prestige, best event.
It's the biggest tournament. It's what every player should aspire to go to. And especially being one of two Brits to make it to the first UK major is pretty special.
Oh dear. Not.
Is this you? I mean, okay, I don't want to show it, but I'm assuming this is your playlist. Yes, 100% my voice. No, you have two playlists here. It's definitely you. You're Ellie. You know who's great? A band that I just absolutely love.
Look at this photograph. Every time
Legal chalka jebeni. Zanimljivo. Ognuno sa da.
Si dobro ti.
Wait, he's still alive? Wait, that wasn't even the hardest mode? Oh my fucking god.
I feel disgusting. Slimy. My skin's literally crawling.
Какой план будет?
Okay, Wildcat here?
Yeah.
Well, great.
Do you want to go to your server? I don't know if he has Tim's.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or Keith.
Okay, that's...
And then the crumble, the comeback, the flip, or at least their win conditions to win an epic or, you know, come back in an epic matchup was insane.
I mean, it is so interesting, Sean, that I didn't necessarily come into this major thinking that I'd be able to say Liquid versus Astralis semi-final. I mean, it's actually happened almost in a dreamlike state.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get two teams in top form actually make it through the entire gauntlet and make it this deep in an event, and you get to see them in a best-of-3 environment. We've seen these two teams battle in finals of tournaments the last couple of months. ECS, EPL, E-League.
Yeah.
Every time Astralis coming out on top, but these are close matches, and these teams are at the very top echelon of the scene.
And I just want to, maybe rewind the years a little bit. You're, of course, a representative from the North American Counter-Strike world. It hasn't always been this way. Majors for North America, it wasn't often people like Chad saying Liquid could win the major. I mean, there has been such an evolution, and Liquid a big part of that.
Yeah, at first it started off all really well for us, right? We got third, fourth at the first major, but then there was this hiatus where North America just dropped off of a cliff, and they were missing for several majors in a row, and it wasn't until Liquid actually brought it back with third, fourth place, making it to the finals. But this Liquid team has more, in my opinion. They have a tactical depth that Zeus has brought to the team, and they're ready.
We have got so many, major finalists stepping onto the stage in these semi-finals. I mean, Zeus, let's not forget, as a coach, he's managed to get the boys from Brazil 2 trophies already, and he's looking for his third under a new organization. There is so much to talk about, and actually, if you want to join that conversation, you can do so with the hashtag FaceItMajor. Let us know if you're in the crowd, if you want a chair. There was a giveaway you guys at the home may have missed, but either way, hashtag FaceItMajor. Let us know who you think's taking this one and who's going to be lifting that major trophy that has sat in the center of the stage since we made it here.
It's the rookies that are the talking point of this Liquid squad, right? Naf and Twist are towards the top of the stats within the top 10 players within the tournament, and you've been able to see what Naf can do under all these critical crunch moments. He's even happy to make plays when maybe it's outside of what the call's been for the team, and he needs to stand up and deliver here against Astralis like he did earlier in the tournament. He was the highest rated player in that game, and that's going to be a massive win condition, and hopefully the moment doesn't get the better of it.
Yeah, and it certainly hasn't so far. We haven't seen too many signs of pressure outside of one blaring issue, Sean. I think we should probably start that conversation now because we'll likely keep returning to it. Liquid and closing out games. Even before these players were in that roster, it was a conversation.
Yeah, and we saw it against Astralis. I don't think I've ever seen a team crumble with that big of a lead as they had on their CT side of Inferno. I mean, they put together a masterclass on their T side Inferno against Astralis earlier in this event. And then we saw it actually yesterday against Hellraisers. They struggled a little bit. We thought it would be a very easy game for them. And NAF really bailed them out, in my opinion. NAF is the one solid rock on that team that, regardless of the outcome of the first half, he's going to show up in the second half.
And you know who else is about to show up? Astralis and Liquid are about to be making their presence known here in Wembley, and I expect us to once again give them the loudest of hellos as we get this semi-final started.
Team Liquid have been perfection. Barreling over all of their competition, Team Liquid stands as the only undefeated team since the Legend stage. It seems that their roster manipulation with the return of NAF and the signing of Taco from SK Gaming has proven to be exactly what the doctor ordered. Since they're looking like they're ready to be the second North American team to take home major gold. There's only one team that could potentially dim their light of dominance. Their semifinals opponent, Astralis. Astralis' cage got a little rattled when they got served their only loss to who else? Team Liquid. This must be a sign. Could Liquid be the team to take down these Titans? So, today's match feels only right. Will Liquid place North America at the helm? Or will Astralis continue to invoke fear in all who stand in their way? Get your popcorn ready. This is gonna be one hell of a show. Wembley, turn up for Team Liquid and Astralis.
PUBG Mobile.
It's happening. Astralis versus Team Liquid. Dupree himself said that this will be the game, the match of the major. He knows how tough of a task, how tall of an order this game will be for either side. There is no clear favorite. Astralis versus Team Liquid. Wembley, let them hear you as they step into those booths. This is going to be one hell of a game, Chad.
2018 alone, these teams have played 23 maps against each other, 5 of which have only fallen in the favor of Team Liquid. They have been bested by Astralis time and time again. Those 3 grand finals that Sean mentioned, they didn't even hold a candle to this squad of Danish superstars. And right here, right now, this is their chance to make another statement. They've done it once. There was a trip, there was a stumble, but they got across the line. And if that's the mental edge that they need, that could have you the win. They're getting over the Astralis, the mental block.
The same interview Dupree gave where he said this could be the match of the major. He also stated that he thinks that that one game does not in any way let Liquid forget just how many times Astralis have bested them. And let's not forget, it's double digits. It's 16-14s. They've got close, but never quite managed to get past them.
Yeah, you look on the HLTV match page, you'll see that Liquid's only won 2 out of the last 12 meetings. Like Shaz said, they're not successful historically against Astralis. But the matches aren't always blowouts. They play them very well on Astralis' best maps. And you can see on Inferno, they put a lot of work coming into this major, particularly against Astralis. So I think we could be up for something different here.
Fingers crossed, and of course a big hinge of whether or not this game will be close and will be as exhilarating as we anticipate is on this Team Liquid.
No, sir. Nah. All right. So
Making it through the final 8 was kind of cool for us because we had one last hurdle to go through, which was Astralis. They've kind of been our demons this entire year. They knocked us out of 3 finals consecutively, so it was always a chip on our shoulder. And we had an insane start against them, and that match was, in my opinion, one of the best of the tournament.
Oh my god, it was an insane game to play. A lot of emotions during the game. I'm feeling amazing right now.
We had a 13-2 lead. They pulled it back with some insane CS, and in overtime, when everyone thought we were gonna choke, we pulled out the reverse choke and just stomped them out for 0. And it was a really nice feeling conquering Astralis in that sense, and knowing that, yeah, it's just a group stage. They'd probably make it out as well, but I think we sent a message out to everybody that we're here to compete and win this tournament.
I thought that was too... I can't top that.
It's Team Liquid, a Canadian and North American mix, as we of course get to see these boys in the flesh. They have got quite an interesting story, a team that did manage to do damage, but then they go shopping for champions. They bring in the Brazilian flair, they bring in Taco, before you start tweeting me, and they have become a force to be reckoned with.
They've made these little subtle upgrades over the last, 6 to 8 months where they've been adding players who, didn't seem like they were going to make a huge difference. They didn't seem like they were going to be the star players to carry this roster. But every piece of the puzzle has fallen together in the right place. And when you look at this trio in this squad of Elige, Naf, and Twists, it's such an immense amount of firepower.
It is just terrifying when they're all firing, Sean. These guys are hitting levels we haven't seen before from their region and from their team.
Yeah, like Chad said, I think, in my opinion, they have the best 3 riflers in North America in Twist, Naf, and Elige. They are phenomenal. They are the backbone of Liquid. And yeah, they've made huge roster changes in the last 2 years. They showed they aren't afraid to spend the money necessary to win, right? By picking up these acquisitions out of contracts from other teams, buying them out. And Liquid has had that success.
I think the key, though, in this matchup, if we just look at the specifics of Liquid versus Astralis, has to be the preparation. They need to make sure they can rattle that Astralis cage, and then if they're able to get a big leader, if they're able to get on that precipice of getting the victory, they can't go scared, they can't go quiet, because we've seen that happen time and time again throughout this tournament.
Talking of being scared, at times they play scared, and there's a demo to back that one up. There's been a lot of discussion surrounding Liquid perhaps playing too passively at times that I think we want to address.
Yeah, nobody really was willing to take a risk for this unit, and when we did see that victory, Hellraisers able to grab that. It was Taco with some Deagle kills. Here is actually Banana control against Astralis from the earlier. 4 players over towards Banana, but they're not actually going to push and take any territory. There's 2 mindsets here. One of which they're just posturing and hoping, that it is a B rush. The other is it's a counter to the way that Astralis love to grab Banana control. You can see there that they've actually done 2 waves of Molotovs, and that's a fantastic way to deal with the device Magic's Boy smoke stop to normal CT aggression. Here you can see they've had to rotate players back, so you can either look at it like they're too scared to push out and fight for control, or that's the plan to waste more and more Astralis utility and time.
It's a thought process, and they've definitely got the frags to back it up, and we'll be investigating that a little further. But first, as we do watch this one play out, we will be talking about the team they were playing against. They've already met once, and it was, as you heard from Zeus and Elige, a relief to be able to get over that hurdle. I think there's probably a lot of mental barriers broken by getting close to the Astralis comeback and overcoming that. That must have made a huge difference coming into this festival.
Yeah, they know it's a huge issue for them, not only for just them, but the rest of the scene, right? Astralis has only had 3 matches, like I said, where they had less than 13 rounds in the last 68 matches.
Oh, can I have that one more time, Sean? They've 68 matches.
They've only had less than 13 rounds 3 times.
That basically, what you're saying there, and you've backed it up, is that no game for no team is easy versus Astralis. And actually, that's who we're going to be talking about next. Let's hear from Astralis as we get closer to game time.
Despite it being a very fast match, it obviously feels very great to be here at this stage. It means a lot for us to be legends once again, and we'll prove ourselves here. Well, legends means a lot for us, and we'll prove that we are legit legends.
Okay, picture perfect, baby, you in that dress. I think it was very important for us to get a really confident win, to show that we are still one of the best teams in the world. And the fact that we can actually play that well should be something that people should
Their counter-strike is beautiful, and absolutely they can back it up under pressure. It's Astralis who step onto the semi-final stage alongside Liquid. And what I think is so interesting is that the individuals have grown with everything else, Sean. It's not just been strategy getting them over the line. I feel like these players have found levels we didn't know were possible.
No, yeah, they've definitely grown tremendously in the last year. They won that major a year ago in Boston, or I'm sorry, in Atlanta. And Device said in an interview that they weren't ready for that mentally. They weren't ready for the practice they had to put in to stay at the top. And you can see now that Magic has joined the team and they have that backing by Zonic, they're ready. They're actually ready. They're putting in the work. They do the right things in practice, and they're very different when you watch them.
They're definitely leading their evolution right now in professional Counter-Strike and approaching the game in a way that nobody else is. But throughout this tournament, you know, it hasn't been the easiest of rides. They've actually been tested by some teams and they've had to brawl. And that's where players like dupreeh have really stepped up and shown the flair. Sure, they have the structure, sure, they have the preparation, but now they're showing the level of, hey, if you want to play a game that's just back and forth slog match of Counter-Strike, dupreeh's happy to step up to that plate. And statistically, Magic's boys having a great tournament too.
Yeah, and those players, not only can they frag, but they could also fit within the rigid structure that Astralis bring, that Sonic brings. Their coach, of course, a storied player from a previous iteration of the very game we play today. But I would love to investigate it further with that demo. I think we've seen it once already, but definitely worth repeating.
It's just about the grenade usage. These guys really brought that back into style, just how efficient they are with all their nades. We have two examples here. One is on Dust 2. You're not going to see a lot of kills go down, but you need to be impressed by how much time they're able to delay on a key part of the map just with utility. Smokes, Molotovs, HEs, the timing is perfect when they're grabbing map control, and this is prepared. This isn't as simple as just, okay, we're just going to keep this Molotoved and smoked off. You're going to see the HEs come in a minute, and those HEs are timed to allow the Ts to push into position and then do some damage. It's just this type of utility usage that, sure, it hasn't actually done any damage right now, but it can play into rounds so heavily.
And what makes the Charles so special when you watch them like this is they then know you have to be hitting an other area of the map while that utility is down. So that fortifies the strength on those other areas because they're expecting it. And then once that utility fades, you see they take catwalk control, and then that's theirs for the rest of the round.
Well, not only are they able to use that utility defensively like we saw in that last clip just there, that was preparation against FaZe yesterday for their default. They used it offensively on an anti-eco round, able to blow up and do a lot of damage, which obviously funnels into the economic game that we talk about being so influential, especially on the CT sides.
Sexy CS coming for sure. If you're interested in collecting these pros, the likes of dupreeh, Device, and those taken to the stage, you can do so with one of our sponsors. It's EpicsGG. You can collect and trade your various favorite players, and you can do so at epics.gg or on your phone as well. We're getting closer and closer to game time, gentlemen. Actually, our next port of call, our next conversation will be head to head. And now this is an interesting device. The link may not be as clear until you start talking, Jack.
It's the contrast of AWPing prowess. Device is one of the best AWPers in the world. He plays that weapon better than anybody, whereas Nitro has to do it out of necessity. What does that mean? That means that Liquid have to do more 5 rifle setups, and if it goes toe-to-toe, you're going to be backing Device in an AWPing duel every day of the week.
Yeah, Nitro is flopped around from role to role. He started off as that pure entry fragger, became the in-game leader, more of a support player, and now we see him using the AWP, and he's been using it very well, actually, this event. He has like a 1.12 rating, I believe, so he's no slouch at all.
He hasn't been, he's been pulling his weight for sure. And what I think is cool is that Liquid have proven that even this day and age, sure, Virtus Pro and sure, a couple of other handful of teams have not had a dedicated AWPer, but Liquid, they've got a semi-AWPer in Nitro. He still rocks the rifle more often than not.
Yeah, we've seen it hurt them and we've seen it be positive for them because it's a little bit off the pace. You know, you have to look for different setups. Where it did hurt them was on Dust 2 when they couldn't go toe-to-toe with a player like Voxic. Well, Device is just as good as Voxic, if not better. So that's something which they need to hope when we get this veto underway. They're staying away from AWP-heavy maps, or at least they have plans up their sleeve to deal with Device.
And the veto is up next. Before we do that, though, a quick reminder of one of our sponsors. You can check it out. It's called Upcomer. And what they do tend to do is let you cast your vote for who you think is going to win. Now, I'm intrigued to see this percentage because this crowd has pretty much notoriously, over these last couple of days, been 50-50. Now let's have a look what people have been casting their vote on. I'm waiting for that percentage to show.
Drum roll, please.
It's not showing, so I guess there we go. Okay,
there's lots of Danish fans here.
I've seen a lot of Astralis signs. I've seen jerseys. Maybe we should just take one of those, you know, trusty.
What go zoveš? Yes.
Piše da je šifr. Evo.
50-50.
That is as close to 50-50 as you're gonna get. I love it. This crowd just cheering for good Counter Strike.
Koliko ljudi ima majku ti jebe.
As we are getting
There's
closer and closer to Kingston.
such.
Gents, it is that time though. You
Such.
said that the V2
Could.
could be quite clear cut coming into this one. Sean, you want to set the scene?
Yeah, so Astralis is not going to allow Liquid to play cash. That's a map that they would love to play, but they're not going to get to play it against Astralis. Historically, they've picked Mirage a lot, and they've had success a little bit, 1 and 2 against Astralis. Liquid usually allows Astralis to pick Nuke. Now, they've won 17 in a row on Nuke, 4 of which were against Liquid. Jesus. So
17 in a row.
Yes.
We're probably going to see it.
We might see that perfection.
Oh, a train band coming out. Okay, I didn't think that would be where they'd be going with that one. I thought probably Overpass. So now if I was the likes of Astralis here, I'd be picking Overpass as a no-brainer. They're still going to go with that Nuke pick. So comfortable in the history of results on that one.
Wow, and you know, that's only going to just make the semi-final all the better. When we get to see, and it's notoriously a tough map for Astralis. They have been having close games on Mirage throughout this tournament.
That's where people need to step up and brawl. And you saw yesterday against FaZe, it was a tussle. It was one of those games where it's an even pegging field. It's no longer about the executes or the grenades. It's just skill going toe-to-toe. Overpass is going to come out from Astralis here, which historically for them has been such a powerful map.
Indeed, yeah. Overpass, historically, you think of the Danes as being very, very strong on this map. Wow, Dust 2 at the third map. This is actually going to be a brawl fest in my opinion.
Holy hell. So Dust 2, notoriously the most lopsided map we've seen over the course of this major, will be our third map decider if we get there. And who determines the side for a third map? Is it Knife?
I
We'll have to check the
believe so,
rulebook.
but yeah, we might have to get that out, peel it open and have a little bit of a read. But I think on that map, look, in this tournament, it seems like the sides mattered, but now that you have
Just,
the Raptors going head-to-head on this map, that is where it can get a little bit more brawly, especially with the T sides of Liquid. I'm just curious, I thought we would have ended up Inferno with that.
I did as well, especially considering Liquid looked so strong earlier in the event against Astralis on Inferno. They must have something up their sleeve. They must have done their homework on Dust 2, otherwise why would they have done this?
Okay.
Strijam Juri, ne bi vjero.
Sorry.
U redu. Da, Juri.
Sjenem donio i pojeo. Jebi ga.
Ko sluša tu glupost? Ramo!
Njemu svira mobitel.
Ja nisam slušao pjesmu. Ali da ga jebe, znaš, zato što mu je sensitivity sjeban. Ramo!
Zašto me sensitivity cijelo?
Pa čuješ da prekida svako malo.
Pušta tu muziku.
Mora da damo.
What the fuck?
Znaš da mi je Hajt odgovorio na story. Thanks friende. Daj gasi to govno.
Pokraj reke.
Ti isto nis normalno ko ti što pjevaju i to.
Sjedom na licu tvom.
Bravo, ti jako lijepo pjevaš, ali te baš.
Smo počeli?
Da.
Ovo ti streamuje, znaš.
Nek pjevaš šta? Imat ću bar highlighte za stream. Daj ugasi to, molim te.
Ne.
Molim te, sam rekao. Ne znam, neki su visoko, ne znam kud idu.
Daleko, daleko.
Iza 9 sela, daleko sam ja. Možeš sad ugasiti?
Ne.
Možda bih htio nešto čut.
Ne.
Ne vez.
Ako nije problem.
Jeste.
Pa onda ću ti doći tamo u donji Miholjevac i naučiš se kak se ponaša.
Miholjevac, da.
Dobar.
Miholjevac, da.
Dobar, kak se zove? Isto ste 5 frstova sam našao.
Opa, izam kverio sam. Oni.
Po tebe?
Da.
Di su, reci mi da priđu.
Da su tu pali, jebo.
Di su, Ivan?
Ništa! Na drugoj strani.
Ovdje.
Dobro.
U redu. A idem prema dolje.
To je pale, znaš.
Ne znam.
A pun kurac je bilo palo ovako tu dolje negdje, kod Kejeva.
Ja idem probat ovaj most za čim prije.
Jednostavno.
Ja nemam ništa. Kilo, ništa.
Ja imam 5 frosta.
To si skup, ajde.
Se luto sve hangare.
Da.
Isto mene.
Imamo skup sad.
Sola, fraja.
Ajmo uzeti ovaj kamp.
Mislim da je to neko pao.
Dobro, neće to biti cijeli život.
Stvarno nisam rekao da bude. Trebaš i pomoć ili šta?
Sola, da.
To je što po meni pucu.
Ovdje. Gdje su njega?
Kad bi znao rekao biti. Treba alkohol.
Treba mi first off.
Znači... Azor.
Dok.
Ras.
Jes. Treba boostera. Koliko imaš?
Ništa, ništa.
Evo te.
Vertikal neko.
Trebam ja.
Možeš. Vesta dvojke.
Trebam ja. Zašto smo preko prešli svi?
Zašto ne?
Znaš, što ga baci desno.
Na vertikal.
Gdje je dvojka?
Kažem kako.
Baš dva
Ovdje
isto na
veliko
podu.
je, veliko je.
Okej.
Tu je helmet dva još jedan. Mislio sam da je ovo brdo malo manje zajebano, a mnogo je da.
Mnogo. Trako hola.
Može meni. Osvojeno je.
Može nešto?
Neću.
No ko je prednji za Acer?
Ne.
Komp.
Imaš?
Da.
Ajde trebam.
Ajde dođi.
Ja ne bi da sam ih baš tu toliko skupa, ne mogu da gdje uđu. Ti ideš sve dalje i dalje, bok te ne da.
Cijelo vrijeme sam na istom mjestu, bok.
Pa ovo treba mi da tu uđe. Kod mosta. Malo prelazno sve šta. Samo ja možda sad u kampu dole.
Drop jest.
Charlie je ekip.
Tu gore negdje, pa je nana mora biti. Ravno ispred. Tu.
Opet ovi jebojem bok znači.
Vracaju sam.
Veliko kako leti, Isusa ti Boga. Tu je na ovom brdu. Čekaj, kako da to uopće pinom. Tu.
Ćemo više dalje.
Pa ne znam, ja bi ovo čak ovdje, a lako možemo oći.
Ono što će tu doći. Vi se daleko ne možete pomoći baš.
Ovo ćemo mi nazad.
Ovo je sjebano ovo brdo isto.
Dugo je pun kurac.
Pun kurac ovih kamenja ima.
Ovi su išli odavde. Sve mark. Ovdje, zeleni mark.
Ja nemam zoom, to je da.
Znači izbit će ovom compound će na zeleni mark.
Tim je tu. Na mom pinu točno.
Neko traži extend.
Ne. Ovi treće skroz, tu su iza ovoga. Taj kurac.
Planira.
Ako kamen je. Flanka ih ekipa, sad se puti. Nisu ih vidio, Isuse Bože. Znači dva tima su tu gore, a jedni tu dole. Ono ide skroz uz rub prek tu, tako.
Tu se možeš kod kampa na žut. 45 ljudi pogled krug je. Ej, ja vam ne vidim ništa ako vam tu dođu. Doslovno ništa ne vidim.
Nemoj da vjerujem da nikog ja nisam vidio da se. Osim on je lihar se spustio.
Pa evo, znači biti smrt sljedeći put. Neće se znat ko pije ko plaća.
Idemo mi platit da oni piju.
A ti imaš para, ti možeš, boli tebe kur.
Ne, da.
Evo.
Ja išao prve. Sačekao malo to. Mislim da jedan može klemane lezi gore negdje. Na hillu. Može i ti frki s njim. Čisto da imate neki... Da vidiš.
Ti će doći sigurno na nas. Ti si to odmah do nas, tamo desno.
Ti gdje ti vi vas smo planjava možda? Ko bi udali lovi da ste... A što ostaviš malo to?
Niko je išao biti.
Kaj?
Ja sam tu ležim.
Dobro, ja ću tu izaći, ti sam. Ovo je loše, di sam ja.
Ajde vrati se natrag. Možemo kasnije ući u zonu, sam da ovo riješimo prvo.
Probajte i čekajte.
Biću tu di sam sad.
Blizu mene, blizu mene.
Gdje ti mene?
Puno ih je tamo.
Od mene strana čista, sve čisto od ozdo. Vjerojatno ekipa sa mosta će izbiti tu na zeleni marker, pazi.
Ja sam kružili pun kurac.
Si otišao u sredinu jebat.
Sam tu jedino mogu.
Ćemo spustiti prema dolje.
Gentil. Možeš čist.
Probajte rupta igrat, da ću vam kasnije pomoći.
Iza tebe ekipa je tu.
Znam. Da uđemo u ovu kućicu, kaj misliš? Ne.
Ne. Više ću preživjeti vani nego kućicu. Kurac, samo su gore desno na brodu, pazi vas. Ti.
I unutra dug 180 kućica.
Dobro.
Koja, lijeva?
Da.
Pazi leđa prvo.
Uz ga meni.
Isus te.
Pređemo.
Ne?
Ne idemo unutra.
Nema još.
Preto.
Tim je tu, cijeli do mene odmah tu. Au. Ja ću sam čekat jer vi morate stisniti, kaj već.
Još 40 vidim jednom.
Ja.
Jedan hit je na top jelu. Iskreno 10-55 od kamene, ja. Kar ima, pazi. Napravo nešto i Charlie ovamo. Ćemo ono sleđa prilaz.
Pičku materinska strana stane. Moji su mažu s nekim, a?
Njima kić.
Na gore, frajer. Na 285, ja.
Za leđa odmah! Jebem ti, mater, Isus! Od kombajna jebenog je.
Vas ne mogu pomakati. Te gore tim.
Brki.
Da?
Tu.
Da, kod kombajna. Sad trči.
Ovdje.
Trči. Gdje su di? Pomozi mi. Ivo si iznad toga, pazi.
A šta je s lijevo i vas?
Ne ubio. To se ubio sam ti jednog desno, ali mislim da su mrtvi.
Dolazite skroz lijevo do kućice. Igrati lijevu stranu.
A, idemo dva tu.
Jackland.
U zonu lijevo. Tu. Ja na Marku.
Možeš otići do Klemana.
Smokat ću se. Moram smokat.
Nokal, jedan treni vas.
Gore iznad.
Tu dvije ekipe stalno mažu se.
Gore iznad.
Nemoj da kada tu nigdje neće biti. Sad bi trebali preći preke.
Pa probaj, ja ću ostat tu. Još. Imate smokova?
Evo ti ga kod kamena. Da. Pusti ga, mora ga dizat onda. To ti je dva manje.
Užas živi, bok te jebu. Nisam ga mogao finish.
Dobro, ne vezi, to ti je dva manje. Možeš prići tamo malo.
Gotovo sam. Nemam nijedan, nemam svoj.
Odi desno, pretrči sam. Ne te ubije, jebate.
Čistići?
Ne. Trči sam.
Bravo, Jos.
Vezi.
Isto mene.
Bravo.
Nokan jedan.
Odi Dinko. Lijevo,
sam. Si gore nokale?
Da.
Čekaj.
Ja sam dobio kill.
Imamo
3 na 1, ej.
3 na 1. Mislim da je uskok 185.
Negdje, možda i gore.
Mora bi gore 185 mislim.
Dobro, nema zonu, ja.
No,
vidiš?
mrtav frajer.
Gdje je?
Mrtav je frajer, što
ajmo, ima se. Da.
Bravo. Jebem ti matere.
Brodić.
Sam sad izvukao, bok ti trebao sam biti mrtav 13 puta.
Znači, niš, i onda samo odjednom bum, gotovo. O, majko ti je. Svi imali ste kill?
2.
No.
Dinko.
3.
5, 3. GG.